So, I know we can all agree that spelling in English can be a little challenging at times, and not just for English learners, but for a lot of native English speakers as well. So, today we're going to talk about a few different words and phrases that are often confused, and talk about which one is right, which ones to avoid, and when we can use both, depending on the context. So, let's get into it and figure out how to spell these words. First, let's talk about three phrases that sound really similar, and that's probably why they're often confused. We have in regard to, with regard to, and as regards. All of these mean pretty much the same thing, but can be used differently in sentences. So all of these can be substituted for about, as for, regarding, or concerning. Let's look at some examples of in regard to and with regard to. I'm grouping these ones together because these are both without S. You might see it commonly confused just because of the other phrase, but they are without S. So, the store called in regard to my order. Or, with regard to my order, I have a few questions. Then we have as regards, which I said before has an S. So when we use this phrase, it sounds a little bit different. We can say, for example, as regards my recent order, I received it yesterday. All of these phrases are perfectly fine to use, but they can sometimes sound a little bit wordy. So all of the other alternatives like as for, or about, concerning, regarding, are great alternatives when you're speaking. Our next set of words is beside and besides, one with S, one without S. So what's the difference? Are both of them correct? Let's talk about it. So beside without S is like to say next to. So I'm sitting beside my friend. But beside with S is to say in addition or moreover. Let's look at an example of how to use besides in a sentence. I don't like skiing. Besides, I don't even have any ski gear. So here we can see besides is being used, just like we said, as in addition or moreover. So we could use in addition or moreover instead of besides, but besides is a little bit less formal, less stiff, and a good option for conversational English. But it could also be used in writing and any context. Now let's take a look at anyway versus anyways. So again, one without S and one with S. What's the difference and how can we use these? Anyway is the correct use of the word without S. But anyways tends to be used in informal conversational situations. But if you're writing or communicating in a formal or serious way, it's always best to use the correct word. But you often might hear people say, anyways, I'm going to go now, or anyways, it was a good day. So we use this a lot for very informal conversational situations. But just remember, anyway, without the S would be the proper use. And finally, we have toward and towards. So another one that's obviously confusing because we just have another S. So let's talk about which one to use and how to use them. So both of these mean in the direction of, and both of them are correct, but depending on where you are or who you're communicating with. So towards is seen as the preferred spelling of the word with an S, towards. But toward without an S is commonly used in the United States and Canada. So this is a matter of who you're communicating with, where you are, where you live, so you can adapt to those types of situations. So just remember, towards would be the preferred spelling, so if you're ever in doubt, you can go with towards with an S. Are there any other words in English that are a little bit confusing? I'm sure there are many, but if there is one in particular that you have trouble with, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to keep updated with future videos.